One upcoming Yellowstone spinoff will break a major franchise trend. The Yellowstone franchise is getting bigger and, in some unexpected ways. Taylor Sheridan's hit neo-Western television universe follows the complicated Dutton family, ranchers who will do anything to protect their land, throughout multiple generations, charting their rise and their fall with over a century of storytelling. The flagship series kicked off the franchise with a terrific 5-season run, which came to an end late last year. However, Yellowstone's series finale is far from the final word in Sheridan's ongoing story. The popular television franchise is set to continue with multiple Yellowstone spin-offs in the pipeline. As 1923 wraps up its second and final season, a series set shortly thereafter, 1944 aims to bridge the gap between the prequel and Yellowstone. Meanwhile, a spin-off following Rip Wheeler and Beth Dutton's continuing adventures is also in the works, looking to incorporate certain abandoned storylines from Yellowstone's unrealized 6th season. While these spin-offs will all follow the Duttons, another series will take the franchise in a completely different direction. Though still in early development, 6666 could change the Yellowstone franchise forever. One upcoming Yellowstone spin-off goes beyond the Dutton family saga. 6666 is a spin-off that will follow the exploits of the Four Sixes Ranch, an affiliate of John Dutton's Yellowstone Ranch that appears on numerous occasions throughout the original series. Located in King County, Texas, the Four Sixes Ranch is a real-life historic property that breeds horses, rears cattle, and trains cowboys. In Yellowstone, the ranch is where boys are sent to become men, as seen in Jimmy Herdstrom's storyline, wherein he is sent down to Texas to finally be trained as a real-life cowboy. The ranch hands at the Four Sixes aren't easy on Jimmy, deriding and picking on him during his early stay. However, the rough conditions and animosity fuel Jimmy's spirit and finally help him break free from his childlike ways. Presumably, the upcoming spinoff will follow more characters like Jimmy as they learn to become cowboys at the Four Sixes Ranch. However, this potential logline also marks a stark departure from the typical focus of a Yellowstone series. Yellowstone Season 5 Cast and Character Guide. Character played by John Dutton, 3 Kevin Costner, Beth Dutton, Kelly Riley, Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, Case Dutton, Luke Grimes, Monica Long Dutton, Kelsey Bill, Jamie Dutton, Wes Bentley, Thomas Rainwater, Gil Birmingham, Sarah Atwood, Dawn Olivieri. 6666 is most likely moving beyond the Dutton family to tell new stories with all new characters. Currently, no members of the Dutton family are working at the Four Sixes Ranch, suggesting that the upcoming spinoff won't focus on the franchise's central family at all. Rather, the series will most likely follow a mostly new cast of characters with no affiliation to the Duttons. 6666 would still have room for some familiar characters, such as Travis Wheatley, one of Yellowstone's most controversial characters, who is one of the leading employees of the Four Sixes. Nevertheless, the show will mostly likely center around new blood, featuring a fresh cast of characters who aren't Duttons or close friends of the family. This is extremely unusual given the franchise's typical focus on a single family. All of its past series, Yellowstone, 1883 and 1923, followed different generations of the Dutton family. Yet, with most of the Duttons dead or moving on to other things, it makes sense for the franchise to introduce new characters outside of its central family. This could be the beginning of a new era for the Yellowstone franchise, in which the Duttons aren't necessarily the main characters of any new series to join the television universe. Is moving away from the Duttons a good thing for Yellowstone? For years, the Yellowstone television universe has focused solely on the complicated Dutton family as they struggled to make their way in the world over multiple centuries and generations. Taylor Sheridan has managed to tell a unique cross-generational story that begins in the pioneer days and carries on to modern times. Moving away from the Duttons after focusing on them for so long may disinter the franchise. It is always helpful for an expansive shared universe like Yellowstone to have a group of core characters that center the expansive story. Without such characters, viewers may lose interest in new Yellowstone spin-offs, causing the franchise to slowly die. However, if Taylor Sheridan and his team can introduce a band of new characters as compelling as the Duttons in shows like 6666, there is no reason that Yellowstone should remain tied to the same family. Given Sheridan's propensity for writing interesting and complex characters, there is no reason to believe that he isn't capable of conjuring up a new cast on par with the Duttons, thereby bringing Yellowstone into a new era that could see the franchise continue to expand for many years to come. This isn't to say that Yellowstone is finished with the Duttons. Currently, development is underway for an upcoming spin-off following Rip and Beth after the events of Yellowstone's series finale. It is unclear whether this spin-off is devised as a limited series, similar to 1883 or 1923, or if Sheridan intends to continue the story in a multi-season format. By design, none of Yellowstone's spin-offs have gone beyond 2 seasons. However, with the flagship series finished, the franchise will need a new show to take its place, and the Rip and Beth spinoff is the most likely candidate. If so, the Dutton family saga will continue for some time, keeping the franchise forever tied to its central family, even if not every series focuses solely on them. What to expect from 6666? Shows like 6666 offer a chance for Taylor Sheridan to write some new characters outside of the Dutton family, expanding the Yellowstone franchise to new and exciting places. So far, there have been very few details revealed about the upcoming spin-off, with even its cast shrouded in mystery. However, by the end of Yellowstone, several familiar characters were shown to be employed at the 46's ranch in Texas. Jefferson White's character, Jimmy Herdstrom, could make an excellent lead character in 6666, continuing his journey as he grows into one of the finest cowboys the ranch has ever seen. His wife, Emily, played by Catherine Kelly, may also appear in the series, having worked on the 46's ranch for even longer than Jimmy. The series also has room for several ranch hands from Yellowstone to join the cast after the Dutton Ranch was sold. Characters like Lloyd, Ryan, and Teeter could all be featured as prominent characters in the new series, tying it to the events of Yellowstone. 6666 also has an exciting opportunity to cross over with other new spin-offs like the Madison and the Rip and Beth series. The Yellowstone franchise has never had 2 concurrent shows that took place in the same period. Typically, each series is separated by multiple decades, giving the franchise no real chance for a crossover. However, with 6666, the Madison and Rip and Beth spin-off all taking place around the same time, Yellowstone can now explore true crossovers in the vein of other television universes. As such, 6666 could become a central piece in the franchise's ongoing storylines, even if it doesn't have a direct connection to the Duttons.